Welcome to Explain America. I'm your host, Kyle Becker. Now, you might have forgotten about Joe Biden. Heck, Joe Biden might have forgotten about Joe Biden. But there are still a lot of actions under the former president that are being held up to scrutiny, and we haven't let that go yet. And there's a new development that suggests that his pardons and executive orders, well, many of them could be ruled invalid. Before we get into that, please like, share, and comment Explain America. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, we have covered the AutoPen saga, where Biden, almost all of his executive orders and pardons were issued by AutoPen. That's a little device that is run by a machine that mimics, in some ways, the signature of an official, including the President of the United States. Now, the question here isn't so much him using an AutoPen as whether he knew the AutoPen was being used. If he was even in the area for it being used, why wasn't he personally overseeing and signing these documents? After all, he was elected President of the United States, and he should have known how these documents were being signed. Well, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer is now raising the issue and is ready to launch a probe into how this could have happened. And he's actually looking to take action on this because it has been something that a lot of observers, whether it was Harvard attorney and law professor emeritus Alan Dershowitz, and also there are others, including Jonathan Turley, who thought this issue will come before the courts at some point. And now it looks like James Comer is laying the groundwork to supply the ammunition for these courts to lay out the evidence that Joe Biden was non-compos mentis, or not able to function mentally in a capable enough manner to issue these pardons and these executive orders. Now, you might remember Special Counsel Robert Hur, who was tasked with investigating the classified documents scandal under Joe Biden. Well, even he said that a jury was likely to find that Biden was a man with a questionable memory, right? Just paraphrasing, what he found is that, in other words, Biden was not able to account for his actions on the classified documents scandal, and therefore he would get off the hook. Well, that is unacceptable when it comes to a president of the United States. We demand that a president is accountable for his actions and is able to mentally function. After all, that's what we have a 25th Amendment for. It was threatened against Trump, who is still going strong, and it wasn't really seriously threatened against Biden. It wasn't brought up, and it's just baffling how this could be allowed to happen. So this is yet another huge scandal that the corporate media has swept under the rug. I mean, outside of a few exceptions like Jake Tapper trying to do some sort of mea culpa about his role in the whole thing, we really still demand accountability for all of these things that have happened since Obama took office. And we're still waiting and getting a little impatient because we want to see accountability and we want to see our system function again. And that's not going to happen until things like these allegedly fraudulent executive orders and pardons are stripped from the record, and the Biden administration gets as much wiped off of the record as possible, because if he wasn't a real president, he doesn't deserve to have real presidential actions implemented in this country. And thankfully, Donald Trump undid a lot of it already. So if you have any thoughts, please like, share, comment, Explain America. We appreciate your feedback and your input.